Today we're going to take a look at a figure from my favorite franchise, the Fallout universe. This is McFarlane's T-60 Power Armor, the Elite Edition. So we'll tell you if this figure is worthy of the wasteland or does it need to be locked up in the vault. War never changes. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where I unbox and give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're doing that already, thank you so very much. So as I said in the intro, we've got something from one of my favorite franchises, Fallout. As you know, the TV show on Amazon Prime is about to come back out in December, and I am excited. I think they did a really great job on that show, and I am so glad we're getting some figures, because all we've had before are the 3-0 huge 1/6 scale and then these other little tiny ones. And so I am glad McFarlane has decided to grace us with some of these figures. So I'm hoping that these figures will be awesome, that they'll be great, they'll be stupendous and wonderful, and not just be a big fat piece of turd. So but here is the box. Looks beautiful. This figure itself I think was about 70 bucks. So it's on the Elite Edition, which means it's got extra accessories and all sorts of stuff like that. But man, that's a steep price. That's almost Figure Arts, almost to Mayfex. I'm hoping Mezco may make these sometime, so that would be really awesome. But yeah, 70 bucks for this guy, so very expensive. Man, prices of figures have gone up. But the front looks great, shows you everything you get. Can't wait to break into all these guns and all that good stuff. You got the side that says Elite Edition. On the back, you got the different power armor here. You got the Enclave X01. You got the, I believe that's the T-60. I don't know which one is that. Is that T-45? I don't know which armor is that. So those of y'all that are into Fallout lore, let me know on that. And then you got the T-60 right here, 03. Now, they started with the Elite Edition figures with Diablo and then Doom, and now we've got Fallout. So that is awesome. So we're getting all sorts of cool stuff. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's get this out of the box and onto my table. Go any further in getting this out, just want to show you everything that you get that does come with this figure. So first of all, what I didn't pull out of the box was the card right there. I believe it has some kind of digital redemption code too as well. And then of course the usual Fallout 76, the usual McFarlane discs you get. Would have been cool if there was a backdrop back here that you can kind of put them with, but that's okay. And then you see here you get the figure itself. You get 4 hands. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons, and then the sword. I love it. You get the flamethrower. You get this machine gun. You get this laser pistol. You get the plasma pistol. You get the, I believe this is the laser pistol right there. This is like the alien blaster. And then this I believe is the 44 that's kind of modded. But yeah, how cool would it have been to have the machine gun? That would have been really cool. Like a big old minigun, the Gatling gun. That would have been awesome. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this baby out of the box. Out of the box, onto my table. Man, McFarlane, you put this stuff in. I think when you said Elite Edition, you meant like how hard it is to get it out of the box. But let's take a closer look at some of this stuff. And so there is that gun Very, very nice. Just really cool. There's the laser pistol. I would have had the laser rifle. That would have been great. The flamethrower. Nice. Beautiful. Nice little details on it. The machine gun. It's like a little bent, or you can kind of see it. It's got a bend to it, so you got to kind of bend it back. But it has a little bit of wear, like weathering to it too as well, so that's kind of cool. You got the energy sword here. Very, very nice. And then, of course, the plasma pistol. Would have loved to have the plasma rifle. Hopefully we get like a weapons pack. That would be great. Or with some other figures you get it. And then, of course, the alien blaster right there. The different hands. And then the figure itself. So let's take a look closer at this figure. War. War never changes. Do you hear me? You hear me? War never changes. So, very, very nice. It's got some really good paint applications to it. Nice weathering all over it. Very hefty in the hands. So feels really, really good. I'm just excited because we're getting a Fallout figure that's posable and that's bigger than those little tiny guys. That was from, I don't remember what company that was, but they were small. So speaking of size, let's take a look. So from a size standpoint, you're looking at about 7 3/4 inches. If you are on the metric system, about 19.5 centimeters, almost 20 centimeters tall there when you get to this part right there. But you got all sorts of really cool stuff. You have articulation of the head. It goes up and down, side to side. This arms, you got articulation. You got elbow bend. You got out, in. You don't have a drop. You do have a upper. Do you have a lower? Nope, not a lower ab crunch. You do have kick here. You don't have much side just because of the way the power armor is, so you don't have much sides, which is kind of cool because you don't have a lot of movement in power armor anyway on the game. And you got this right here. No toe tilt, but you do have some ankle tiltage and things like that too as well. So you can get it in different various poses if you want to. You can kind of just make them look really, really strong. But they did a phenomenal friggin' job on this figure, I think. I think it looks really good. Now, is it worth $70? Gosh, that's a steep price to pay. I mean, that's up to you. I'm a huge Fallout fan, so I would have paid anything for this figure. But if you're not a huge Fallout fan, I don't think you'd want to... oh, there we go. We got a little bicep swivel there too as well. I don't think you would want to pay that much for something like this. But if you are a huge Fallout fan, then yeah, go for it. This is cool right here. This is like on like a ball joint right there, so that way that moves out of the way as you're trying to get some better posing. This almost looks like it comes off, but it doesn't. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. One thing that would have been cool is if you had light up features in the helmet. Would have been great. Also, kind of like the Pip-Boy, maybe just right. You can't really put the Pip-Boy on power armor. So I can't wait till we get the NCR figure as well as the Lucy figure we're going to be getting too with Dogmeat. We also got a bunch of other figures coming too as well. So that's going to be really great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play around with them a little bit, get them in some different poses, and then give you some of my final thoughts here in just a little bit on this Fallout figure, because figures never change. That doesn't sound right. I need that Ron Perlman voice. War never changes. So let me go ahead and play around with this guy a little bit. Back for my final thoughts on the Fallout T-60 power armor from McFarlane Toys, the Elite version. So far, I do like this figure. There are a few things I don't like about it, but I do like it. And I didn't do any comparisons with any other figure, so let me show you here. This is the Maximum Hulk. And this is, of course, the T-60. So you can see Hulk's a little bit bigger. I think Hulk should be a lot bigger, but that's my opinion about Hulk on that. But he's going to scale with your 7-inch McFarlane. He may even look really good with your Marvel Legends or anything like that too as well. But I do dig this figure. You get a lot of accessories. You get some guns, you get some hands and things like that. The posability is pretty limited on it just due to the fact of how bulky the power armor is. Like, you cannot Van Damme these guys. The legs, you cannot spread them. And then as I was trying to get his arms around, a little bit tight, so I couldn't get it around to kind of hold the flamethrower because it kept popping out. Some other things I wish they would have done. First of all, I wish they would have given us faction stickers. How cool would that have been to be able to put different faction stickers on here? I'm sure some third party will make something where I can have like either a Brotherhood or the Hot Rod or whatever, a Vault sticker or whatever you want to do. That would be kind of cool. A helmet that lights up, that glows, that has the little light here, that would have been great too as well. And then there just I would have said too as well, I would have liked just a tad more just flexibility, like a butterfly joint in the arm, to be able to do some of the more gnarly poses. You can get it out a little bit, but it needs a good butterfly joint. Now, there may be one, but you see, I try to do it, arm comes off, boom, right there. So I got to pop that back in, and it's pretty easy to pop back in. I say it is, but there you go. But a butterfly joint would have worked really, really great for that. And some way to peg the weapons on him, like that flamethrower could have been really cool on his back or something like that too as well. But overall, really nice. It would have been cool to have like a metallic finish to it instead of this gray. That would have been kind of nice. But I mean, they probably would have charged an arm and a leg for that. But overall, those are just minor complaints that I wish this would have had in order to just make this perfect. The hands are good. Now, you're gonna have to warm up the hands to get them to kind of bend a little bit, so that way you can get the weapons in the hands. But yeah, overall, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, price-wise, not awesome. The price is just like, ugh. But figure-wise, I think it's really good. I wouldn't call it awesome. There's some things that hold it back, but I do think it's really good. A really good figure, pretty awesome, especially if you're a Fallout fan. And I cannot wait for the other figures to come out, the Ghoul and some of those other ones, so that I can have my full Fallout entourage. A Deathclaw would be great. A huge Deathclaw would be awesome to have him fighting that, or a Assaultron. That would be an awesome figure too as well. You can just go on and on and on and on about different figures that you can get for this and just really do some really cool stuff. But the Lone Wanderer here is a pretty cool figure, and I think you should pick it up if you do love Fallout. If you do not love Fallout, this may be a little bit pricey and out of your range if you're just a McFarlane collector. But yes, I'm going to take this guy. We're going to go look for a water chip or a Garden of Eden kit, or we're just going to go see if we can find our dad. But in the meantime, tune in when we talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. And if you like this video, consider liking, subscribing, get notified when we have new ones. Maybe consider becoming a member. But definitely pick this up. GameStop, my Utopia Toys and Models, which is one of my sponsors. You get 20% if you use my reviewer code GBA 2025. I don't know if they have this on their website, but they have a bunch of other stuff. But definitely pick up this if you are a Fallout fan. Make sure you kind of get this in your collection. But yes, let's go find Father and see what we need to do, or find our son, whatever we need to do. Where's my son? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later when I have another video out. I'm just being stupid now, so Jimmy never changes. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye now.